I just had a guy tell me, "Oh, you know what I love about your Adobe Max?" I said, "Well, what?" You know, and I'm thinking you know, the hits. And he was like, "You give 10 minutes out of your hour just to lift other kids up."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, why wouldn't I? It's actually good to see
Yeah.
because number one, you learn about these people, but it actually helps these guys. But it just shows that my shit is just you know, a floating turd in the cesspool of the night, just whipping on by. "Oh, there goes Draplin," and it just leaked at some point. Where's
Right.
the arc to this stuff? Because if you pretend the arc is gonna just never, there's never an arc. It just keeps on going up and up. That's a little unrealistic.
Yeah.
And the idea that I have always been cool to be like, if this arc just stops for me, I hope you enjoyed the other part. But now we're gonna slow it down. Let's do that as creatively by saying thank you and being,
That's
humble
awesome.
about how lucky
Yeah.
we were to even do it because I've just been around a couple dipshits who just expected it, and
Yeah.
there's just nothing scarier than
They're
that. So,
never fun. Mm-mm.
yeah, well, I mean, first of all, you've got people saying things to me like, "I'll never hire that person again."
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know them, and if they're at least cool, well, then maybe that's just not the right fit for your thing or your job or your conference or whatever the hell it's going to be. But man,
Mhm.
I don't know, you know, and and I'll laugh about some of that shit with friends and confidence. But I've also seen where people have used that stuff as currency to go tear someone a new one and get themselves more followers or
Mm.
whatever the hell you want to call it. And equally, I'll
Yeah.
never ever be one of those either, to where you're using someone's very heartfelt, sometimes, bad situation to make light of.
Yeah. It's not
Ooh,
fun.
I saw that one from a distance. Like,
Not fun.
I mean, I lost all respect for people doing
Yeah.
that kind of shit.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
perfect, but I try not to ever be that. So
what's the saying? You can if you wanna build the tallest building in town, you just build the tallest building in town. You don't build it by ripping the other buildings down.
yeah,
I mean, that's it. Well, something I've carried I actually have the hat. It's, "Get Cosmic."
yeah,
Actually tell people I coach people all the time, and I tell them that. I was like, "Look, you just need to get cosmic, man. You need to, like, think about where you are on this earth
yeah.
for a second." Um,
Yeah. I mean, I have a buddy who keeps saying this shit to me like, Draplin, halfway through the third quarter. It's basketball nut. Because he's like,
okay.
what are you going to do in the last 30 of your life? You better get your shit together. And I was like,
Yeah.
"What? Oh, no, 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 no. I don't think the first two-thirds were all that bad." But he's right. Understand that you're not a 15-year-old.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understand. So this is the silver lining of this stuff, or whatever you want to call it. Being an 800-pound gorilla is not going to cut it. So I got to get, okay, by any means necessary. And I've had the doc spill out a lot of different
Mm.
stuff.
Mm.
But we always go back to, I'm just going to keep walking, watching these calories, and
Yep.
just keep moving. Because I don't want to stick myself with some
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
drug.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in and have to, the old
Yeah, yeah.
flop hole down here.
Right.
And they do some stuff. Whoever's listening, maybe who have done that and it worked for you, cool. I've just seen where it didn't work for people.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. In 1942, how'd they do it? They probably just worked more, worked out, did things, moved more, did things,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So my buddy will freak me out because it'll just be like, wow, okay, how do I want to live the next bunch of years of my life? Do I want to be in trouble with health? If you don't have
Mhm.
your health, you don't have shit. I don't care how much you have in the bank. So we got to get right with that. Okay, so I'm asking for help, and then creatively, that part was easy, kind of. I know I dismiss it, but it's like, no, I got myself by tenacity, sheer
Mhm.
tenacity of like to stop myself and say, who's going to think this isn't fun? This is pretty fun. And the fact that you can do something that's like rewarding that way and make a stiff buck is pretty
Mhm.
cool,
Doesn't
So
get much cooler.
I don't
That's
I
right.
don't have any problems in that department. I have problems in other departments. I have to be open to working on and getting better. So, it's like, I'm just freaked out by the certitude, of like that people will sell you things
Yeah.
or I don't know, fads or something.
Yeah.
And I see what you do and I see the time you guys put in and I see the awards and the things and I know there's something very rewarding there. There's brotherhood and you're
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
raising your
yeah.
boys and you're the guy got to get one of those cool beards like your one buddy with the
Oh,
little,
yeah.
little fin on top, but he's got the cool, that guy. That guy get some cool stuff, some cool leather
Yeah.
jeans. But hey man, if that guy's your, like a whatever, a mentor to you
Yeah.
and get you, physically or whatever, or just
Yep.
ability to use it. These are all good things. On my own, I solved things like getting a 401k built.
Yeah.
On my own, I solved how to get creative, get on top of shit. But also on my own, I let some shit go.
Mhm.
And you look at 30 years, let's do the math on this.
Yeah.
Who here listening in this audience has gained 3 pounds in a year? Okay. Well, do
Right.
that for 30 years. And then you're
Yeah.
sitting here like a gorilla. And, there's guys going, what are you going to do now?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to vector my ass out of that doctor's office. Hell no. I'm going to sit,
Yeah.
take notes, make him nuts like I do, and make his earn his money. Because
Yeah.
man, I got a lot of questions, and I'll ask him, "Am I a bad patient, doc?" And he's like, "No." Last time he told me